everyone, Jennifer here, back with another of my movie talk spoilers. And this spoiler is, I am going to give away some spoilers on a movie that I have previously done a review on. And it's one I said I would do some spoilers on, and it is a very powerful movie. But, this one is going to be slightly different, as I hope to give people out there some encouragement if they are going through or know someone who's going through what this movie talks about. And the movie I'm talking about is Cyberbully. Now, for those of you who have seen my review on Cyberbully or who have seen the movie, you know that this movie is about a girl by the name of Taylor who, after receiving a laptop computer for her 17th birthday and setting up a profile on a social media site that all her classmates are members of, is cyberbullied. And it touches on some very, very powerful topics. And the main topic is, of course, bullying, both cyber and real life. They touch on both, despite the fact that the name of the movie is Cyberbully. They talk about both kinds of bullying. And the person who's really doing the cyberbullying is the queen bee or mean bee of the school, whose name is Lindsay. And she and her friends, basically, they write mean comments on photos that Taylor and her friends post on this social media group called Clicksters. Now, before you go looking for it, I don't think Clicksters is actually a real social media group. I think it's just something they made for the movie. And at first, it really doesn't bother Taylor all that much. I mean, she gets a little annoyed by it, but it doesn't really bother her that much. It's only after her brother hacks her account and changes her profile to make her seem, and in case kids are watching this, I'm going to watch my words, promiscuous, that the cyberbullying really starts. They start writing very hurtful words on there. The two chief words among them, I am not going to say, but one starts with an S and one starts with a W. You guys can figure out what I mean by there. Do not write them in the comment section. Kids will, be maybe watching these videos, and you know my comment rules. And it really starts to get to her. And if I start crying, I'm going to apologize, because this movie always makes me cry. To the point where she doesn't want to go to school because she doesn't want people to have the people, talking to her behind her back. But at the same time, she wants to go to school, and she wants to go on this site because she wants to see what people are saying about her. And it's like she's yo-yoing between this. And I've never been cyberbullied before. I've been regular bullied. And I'm going to say, you do yo-yo. You get to the point where you don't want to go to school because you don't want to face the people that are doing this to you, but again, you want to know what's going on as well and whatnot. And it gets to the point where she does try to commit suicide. She gets to that point, she posts this video online, which, thankfully her friend saw and was able to get in contact with her mom, and one of them called the paramedics and whatnot, and they do manage to get her help, but it got her to that point. And a lot of people who are bullied, both real life and cyber, get to that point where they either try to kill themselves or do kill themselves, or they do something even more drastic and end up arrested. And like I said, like I said in the review, thankfully this video or this movie ends on a happy note, but not all of them do. And this video, I mentioned this in the review, this movie, I mentioned this in the review, and I'm going to mention it here. It talks about subjects we as adults need to talk to our kids about, whether it is our actual children, our nieces and nephews, our younger cousins, or, you know, any kind of cousin, like our cousins' kids or whatnot, or as teachers and coaches and people who work with kids. We need to know how to open the dialogue for that. We need to know how to spot it. We need to know how to talk to these kids and let them know it's not okay. They don't need to go through this alone. They can talk to us about it. And this movie, it's very raw. It hits you. Anybody who's been bullied or who's known someone who was bullied, it's gonna hit you. It hits me every time I watch it, and I know what's gonna happen. And it still hits me like a ton of bricks every time I watch it. That just tells you how powerful this movie is. It also opens up the fact that the kids who are going through this need to understand they don't have to. There are things they can do. They can talk to a trusted adult about it. They can stand up for themselves, and their friends can stand by them. And it goes through a lot of the cycles, and it may sound like I'm repeating myself here, but it touches on things we need to, you know, talk to our kids about. And not just one time, but continuously talk to them about. Because it is important. Okay, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you are watching on YouTube, you can feel free to click on the link right there on the screen to see my review video on Cyberbully. As always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.